All right, the day is here, and we are going to be using LR GALAND versus all of the demonic beasts. Who's excited, man? Oh man, this is gonna be kind of crazy to see LR GALAND, the best demon in the goddamn game, having usage in the demonic beast, man. So we are gonna be using GALAND. I'm not gonna showcase my gears on every team I use, but for the most part, when it comes to the demonic beasts, I usually run all attack sets. Usually, sometimes there's characters who might have an HP set, but there's usually never something crazy. Like again, GALAND has attack set, and I usually go in order for all the demonic beasts. So I'm gonna make sure I put a timestamp for each one, with bird, dogs, deer, and nidhogg, and then squirrel if need be. And again, I'm using this team for the bird, featuring Chandler and Miguelda and DK Meliodas, which is really nice. And the artifact card set I'm most likely going to be end up using is this one, where you get 10% base stats, and if you have 5 gauge, you are immune to freeze, which sometimes it can be helpful, other times it's not. And again, this is how my gear is going to be set up. Usually attack sets. Again, this is not, I don't have a attack set for support characters and stuff like that, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys like and subscribe again, and hopefully I don't suffer. Alright, so here we are showcasing LR GALAND on versus all of the demonic beasts, and as usual, we gotta start off with the bird, doing each and every one in order. Now, this team I'm using is the demon team, featuring Miguelda. Now, I was thinking about just using a full demon team and just skip Miguelda, but I thought it'd be nice to have GALAND paired alongside of a character who can provide a lot of buffs. So his amplified card can actually hit a lot harder when it comes to the demonic bird. Again, GALAND is just gonna be another DPS character for the demonic bird. He's usually really nice at having other demon characters next to him. Initially, you can get his attack related stat abilities a lot faster. I guess the only unfortunate thing about GALAND is that it's a restriction on the amount of attack related buffs he can get, which is kind of weird because you have characters like what is it, Albedo, who technically gets like infinite stacks all from just getting targeted, but yet GALAND has a restriction on him, which is, again, that's insane. Like, it's just so many things that's bad about GALAND that I'm just not gonna describe in this video. We're just gonna have fun seeing him perform in the bird. Again, he's gonna be really nice. Again, on the phase 4, that's where you have the crazy defense buff, which GALAND is gonna be really good for, because he can actually do damage, because he has a lot of buffs, especially provided by Miguelda. So we're gonna ult. He actually does damage cap. Meliodas is gonna finish it up, and that's gonna be it on the first phase, or first floor, I mean. And again, GALAND is going to just be another type of DPS character. Honestly, anybody can probably fill that slot. My bad boy Bellion can probably fill that slot if he really wants to. But it's LR GALAND, so you know. And this is crazy because he has a very cool design too, man. Like, his design in GALAND made me so hype, but it's just that when it comes to LRs, they just always just get super shafted, where they haven't really reached the potential that we hoped for LR characters, where we thought that older characters will pretty much be a lot more useful in terms of game, but all they is that they are technically usable. But let's be honest, man, you're not going to use these characters. You're not going to LR these characters. You're going to wait till the next character that is probably on a gem banner drop, and then you're going to ignore the LR as much as possible. All a GALAND is just another CC stick unit that you're going to put in either a link or as a sub character, right? That's all he's providing, is just being a high CC LR character. Same thing with like Glocks, right? Glocks is another shafted LR that had a whole bunch of potential, but they just gave them these trash kits that kind of just don't make no sense. Actually, I think Glocks isn't as bad as I would like to think. Actually, technically, yeah, he is. Never mind him. I keep forgetting about him having only giving like what, 40% defense related stats in PvP and stuff like that for your team, which is pretty mediocre. Just because, again, he's on the worst type of team too. Like, he's on fairies, so he getting so shot. Because I think it was like, what was the leaks and stuff like that, where he was going to provide a lot of defense related stats before, but they kind of nerfed it a little bit lower for, I think it was like 10% defense related stats for every ally, when I think before it was like, I think like 20%, 20 or 40%. I think it was like 40, right? So like Glocks had the most potential, and GALAND, we was very excited to see what they will do with GALAND, just because again, like, he's a cool character. Like, the commandments are really cool. The only unfortunate thing is that they just have not getting no love in terms of characters to build from. All these LRs are just like these characters who just makes them okay-ish, which doesn't really provide much for the usability in terms of the game, right? I think the only person who probably had like pretty much really good usability, probably LR Zeldris, and probably I would say Glocks a little bit too, because Glocks is now pretty decent for the demonic squirrel for a support character. But a lot of players, from what I've seen in terms of veteran players, they've been using Shoutier a lot more frequent than Glocks, just because Shoutier is a lot better in terms of being a damage dealer and applying bleed and then healing your team. So if you're a person who do have Shoutier, just letting you know, most players who've been playing a squirrel have been switching out Glocks for Shoutier. I know it's kind of crazy, but I just don't see no potential with GALAND right now. Obviously, they could just make a crazy holy relic for this man, because again, for a certain reason, unlike Glocks who dropped with his holy relic, GALAND did not drop with a relic at all, which again, pretty weird. Not gonna lie to you, pretty weird. And again, GALAND does have really high CC. It's just that we just don't know what his relic could be, because again, this man need to be saved. Okay, if you've seen my PvP videos in my for my latest videos, it just, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. No matter what character I may use, what team I may use, it feel like every time I use GALAND, my likelihood of losing that match increases. Like, again, that's what I'm saying. People talk about how LRs are characters who are making an old character more usable, but these characters isn't as good or useful from when they didn't get an LR. Like, you think I couldn't use regular? All GALAND does on a demon team is just stack the darkness stack. You think I couldn't do that before with GALAND? The only thing he does is he has higher CC now. Cool. But he doing the same goddamn thing that he did if I had him on a regular demon team before the LR, where I could just stick him on the team and he would just be stacking the darkness, because he dies the same amount of time. He dies as fast too, bro. Bro, he dies as fast as if he was not LR, bro. How is that even possible? And it'd be on coerced character. Like, people in the comments are literally laughing at me using this man, because I coerce a character, because whoever gets coerced, I think it's like it decreases their damage, right, by 40%. I kid you not, bro. Every single time that character is coerced, I still get blasted. How is that even possible? 40% damage reduction, and then he also gets 20% defense related stats on top of that with newer stats. This man has like 100% crit defense, 120% crit resist. Yet every single time I play with this guy in PvP, he gets blasted by characters who are coerced. How is this even possible? And it just, like, I'm just saying, like, bro, he's just going to end up just being a CC character for my team. Again, he has really high CC. Like, he has 73k. So, like, if you have maxed out cosmetics and True Awakening, which means that when you get a Holy Relic, he's probably going to be into the 75 range. Same with Glocks or something like that, right? Which again, all he's going to end up doing is just staying as a darkness stacking unit for if I probably want to use like Estros and stuff like that. And that would be pretty much it for him. I don't know, man. It's just that ever since they made, actually, I think I spoke about this before, man. I predicted this from, like, I think I told Amazing about this, Amazing grandcross. I told him like this, once you are dropped, I said, yo, we are never gonna get a good LR ever again. And he thought I was just joking. He's like, are you serious, man? I told that man, I said, Amazing, if they dropping a new rarity called UR when they just recently, like literally just recently made LR and they dropping UR rarity this quickly, that's just letting me know that they going to shaft LRs to death just so they can keep promoting and making moolah for these UR characters, which is like my prediction is increasing more and more every single day, because now they make in these random seasonal festival for UR Red Gother. Like, bro, what's it called? It's Awesome Festival? Nigga, what is the hell is that? What is it? It's an Awesome Festival. What is that? And then no one even summoned on the Gother at all. Like, people telling me like, bro, they're like, bro, who summoned for Gother? They just look at me crazy. They be like, y'all ain't summoned for Gother? Y'all ain't got the rank up? They're like, Marilli, you gotta be trolling. Gother. I think Gother's sales was even super low too, because he just sucked. He just felt like an LR character, bro. Like, Red Gother should have been an LR. Red Gother should have been an LR, bro. Forget these commandments, because all y'all gonna do is just make them trash anyways. Like, why do we need more demons? Can we get some buffs to other races? Fairies, maybe? Maybe an LR Elaine, so the fairies don't have trash CC a million times. Maybe you could do giants. You know, the race that never had a meta to begin with. The only thing the giants ever had was being a good final boss team or guild boss team. That's the only thing giants ever had. Can we maybe get a buff for that? Devs. Is that impossible? And I actually like Blue Scotty. The new Blue Scotty, she's actually really powerful for a Ragnarok team in PvP, honestly. But that boy, Galand, he is, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I felt like I should just use I feel like I should just use an R unit, bro. At that point, like I think in one of my videos while showcasing Galand, I literally said, bro, I could put Bellion in this spot and he will still do the same thing that Galand is doing right now, which is absolutely nothing. That's how it is playing with Galand. You're doing absolutely nothing, which allows me to say when I said, I'm not gonna lie, if you put Galand on your team, the likelihood of you losing that match has increased. No joke. If you put Galand on your team, the likelihood of you losing that PvP match has increased greatly. I was about to say exponentially, but I couldn't even think about the word. Just how frustrated I am using this man Galand. And again, I am a content creator, so I'm going to make content for Galand as much as possible. You gotta pay them bills. Nah, I'm just kidding. But you gotta, we gotta make sure we find the proper team. What's excuse YouTubers would say? We gotta make sure we find the proper team for Galand. We gotta make sure you guys we can showcase them as much as possible, just so you guys as the audience can really get the grasp on the capabilities of Galands. Yeah, all that good stuff. Definitely just don't want to pay the bills, cause this man is, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's bad when YouTubers don't even want to showcase this character, bro. That's how you know how bad Galand is. I kid you not, YouTubers don't even want to showcase this man, bro. They don't even want to showcase him. What YouTuber don't want to showcase an LR as hype as Galand? You know how bad you gotta be for YouTubers to like hit you with a brother as a showcase? Oh, crazy that is. Which is why I hope, bro, LRs are never gonna be good, bro. I ain't gonna lie. LRs are, it's just like there's no value in terms of it. Like when I told Amazing before, like, bro, why would they, with this new rarity being UR, why would they ever touch LRs and make them really good ever again? Maybe in PVE they can do that, but PvP, they're not gonna make them really good at all. They're gonna put some sort of restriction for that character, either being that you have to be with a certain race, maybe restriction on your passive, just because this character is free. When is the last time Netmarble will really be giving us good PvP free characters? Not really. Like I remember when it was like what, Blue Grimoire, where Blue Grimoire had a little bit of funsies in PvP, where he was a little bit broken because of his passive. And guess what? They nerfed that man to death. Okay, That man went from a S tier meme PvP slash PvE units to end up just being dirt. All right, dirt. Just because they did was just switch his patch from being based on. Actually, no, they switched one of his attack card from being based on attack to not attack to defense to attack, which kind of just made this man pretty much garbage. Which is why I say, like, man, they just shafted these characters so much, man. It's so unfortunate, bro. It's so unfortunate, man. LR has had so much fun possibilities just because, again, these are older characters that we grew up on, that we've seen they shine in the meta. Just for them to return, it could have been such a great concept if they actually wanted to expound on making the LRs usable, bro. Just because it would be like they just resurrecting from the dead, okay? GALAND was supposed to have his resurrect from the dead moment. Because GALAND was pretty fun back in the good days when he was having, like, what, coin shot red Gother in the meta. Like, he was actually a really fun character. Because you had people countering Gother using GALAND. Because Gother rank up team was just so prevalent. So it made it PvP so much fun seeing those two characters, like, just go at it. Obviously, Red Gother always was like the best team, just because it was so easy to counter GALAND. All you had to do is just get rid of GALAND and you got rid of the petrification. But at that time, it was really fun. Okay, it was really fun. Or you just cleanse the petrification right then and there with like a king team or something. But what it was at that time, it was such a fun moment, man. It was such a fun moment. And I thought with the LR, we could got that right back. Just because, again, there is a Red Gother who ranks up in the meta. But I kid you not, every time I face a Red Gother, they nuke GALAND instantly. Or they just have the other character that's next to them just nuke GALAND. Like, I've seen Bond get coerced. Meaning he can't use the debuff card. And he's still blasting GALAND. How is this even physically possible? He taking about... Kid you not, no debuffs on me. No debuff from the mark, meaning he can't crit me. And he's taking out chunks and chunks of my HP from normal cards. Bro, something isn't up, bro. Something is bad with this character. He just sucks. He sucks. And I wish, hopefully, sooner or later, we get... Hopefully you get some love. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they might make a little bit more demons back in the day. Or maybe he might get a god tier holy relic, right? The holy relic has to save this man, honestly, bro. And I don't know what they could do for a holy relic. Either they can make, like, the thing is that he has an amplified card, but you put a restriction on the amount of buffs he can get. So he gets like, what, 6 or 5 attack related stat buffs from a demon using a skill. Bro, you have to make it so he gets a little bit more extra buffs. Maybe increase his base stats. Make him like a Remy mod, like Rem. Rem actually hits super hard in PvP, and she's an amplified unit. But I think it's hard to say that because, you know, Rem has the luxury of being on the unknown, where you get that 30% base stats with Nanashi. But you get what I'm saying, man. If he could get something similar to whatever Rem gets in terms of, I think she gets like base stats as well per unknown on the field too. I think with a holy relic, if he can get something higher or great like that, where maybe he gets like, I don't know, 10% base stats per demon on the field, we could have something there. I kid you not, we can definitely have something there where he gets like an additional 30% base stats, and he can actually feel a lot tankier in PvP, bro. Because it's just a shame, bro. It's a shame for a character to get coerced and still nuke you with that coerce on you. That just shows you poor quality of design of a character, bro. Poor quality design. Yeah, I'm supposed to be talking about this demonic beast, bro. And I've been just ranting about how bad GALAND is. GALAND is great, guys. We just gotta look for better teams and stuff like that, you know, test teams all the good stuff. We definitely can't figure out if he's good or not through the 1 day or 2 days of using him. Even though you can, okay? I'll be honest with you, you can. We already know what he's gonna be at the end of the day because of how high his CC is, and because he is a demon. He's gonna most likely, if you really want to, be on a blue Estrosa team or a Demon King team where you can have GALAND, Demon King, Meliodas, and then whatever in the back. But I doubt it, just because Estrosa Darkness Encroachment team is really good. So I'll probably have GALAND, you are Meliodas, GALAND, you are Meliodas, Estrosa, and then LR Liz in the back. And that's gonna be the team. And then you just try to encroach as much as possible. Honestly, I think somebody had me like use like, I think somebody had me use like Kusak, which is crazy because nobody used Kusak, bro. If you're using demons, you're not using Kusak, bro, unless you already know you're gonna go second in PvP. I'm a high-end player, so I know for majority of me, I have the capability of going first most of the time if I really wanted to. If I want a meme in terms of PvP, I could and just go second, but let's be honest with ourselves. Most players want to go first in PvP just because it's just more valuable going first than going second, which I know not everybody can go second. Everybody's have their own little box CC and stuff like that, but I'm just telling you from my experience, if you go first, it's gonna be like a lot easier in PvP, especially depending on your team. Like if you have like a Chaos Archer team, what do you think people want to do? Go first. You wanna know why? Because you can stack up the Chaos Archer buffs, or let's call it Chaos stacks, and then boom, you get to just one-shot enemy afterwards. And then the good thing about it is that most people are using Nafumi team nowadays. Because I told you, I think I showcased the team before, but people are rocking Nafumi with HP/defense gear. If you are a player who's a high-end player, they're using HP/defense. It's because Nafumi gets like 70k CC. He has so much benefit from his passive being that damage reduction and increasing your damage dealt. And he also improving on your HP as well. Like, yeah, Yuri, you're out of there, my boy. Yuri, your time has come. You are donezo. You are mid. And again, I said this before, like, you're mid. Which, I know, is kind of crazy, bro. I know a lot of people, I know people in the comments section, they was like, yo, Yuri's not even that bad. Yuri's not even that bad. She got 70k CC too. Like, bro, nobody is using her, bro, for funsies, bro. I play PvP a lot, bro. I play hundreds and hundreds of matches of PvP a week just for me testing teams, testing testing comps. Bro, nobody's using Yuri, bro. Again, maybe this is a JP thing, because again, global meta, I don't know, global meta is always weird. Probably because the frequency of the players y'all get is very likely. You might get people using offhand teams where people aren't actually summoned on banners. On JP, people are actually summoned on banners, because if you are playing PvP, you're most likely going to summon on the more up-to-date meta characters, which I feel like on global, since you have such a influx of players, you probably have more players who kind of want to save their gems and not want to play into the meta games, right? So I think that's the luxury of playing on global. You get more players, which means you have a chance to see not just the more meta teams, but the more so teams that players are generally going to run. Like, obviously Nafumi is meta team, but you might get the offhand meta where people are using Yuri or they're using LR Escanor. But on JP, if you see a Chaos Urge team, they are going to use that Nafumi team. Like, it's like a no-brainer. I kid you not, it's a no-brainer. No matter what no matter what the banner, how trash the banner is, they are going to follow the meta. Like, you could say like, yo, I'm really like, I'm gonna skip Yoda banner, and that's fine with you. But play on JP, I kid you not, I bet you see Yoda every single match. I bet you see I bet you see her every single match that I speak about. You wanna know why? Because JP, we love catching up to the meta. And that's why you be seeing sometimes in terms of the sales of JP and Global. Yes, Global has the higher player base in JP, but our revenue still be the close to each other. And you never ask yourself that why? Like, why is, when I look at the revenue for Grand Cross, why is JP and Global so close to each other, even though Global has the higher player base? And it's because JP, we follow the meta, we spend the gems, we spend the money, the moolah. Again, we don't have the bigger player base, but we do play on the meta. We do spend for meta. Unlike Global has a lot more casual free-to-play players, which that happens. Again, I'm free to play as well too. I'm free to play, so I can understand other free to players who want to like save up the gems for the more broken characters or broken teams. Again, I usually hold more value in terms of PVE characters, so that's why when it comes to PVE, I've always tried to like summon for a character. Like, I low-key was about to skip this Scotty, just for the simple fact that from reading her kit, I already know that she needs a artifact card set. She needs an artifact card set like what we had with the I think it was the dogs, where you make yourself immune to freeze, but she needed for petrification for the squirrel. Because I just read her passive, I'm like, bro, if she can be immune to petrification, she will be super god tier on the squirrel. But until then, she's just mediocre. Like, she's a skip. And I think for that video, I even wrote on there like, yo, skip. And that's just because, like, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, I'm a very honest person. Like, I troll, I meme a little bit, but I gotta call things a spade sometimes, bro. And if I feel like a character is just, you know, mediocre or bad, I'm just gonna definitely just say it. I'm like, yo, this character isn't as good as I would like it to be, but you guys can definitely summon on it if you really want to. But for me, I'm the content creator, right? I'm going to, no matter how much suffering I do, I'm gonna try to provide content as much as possible if it's needed. Okay, I'm not gonna suffer all the time. Okay, but if there's needed, if it's requested, and I see a lot of players request it, I usually try to fulfill that. Like, people had me trolling with, it was like, yo, really, we want to see shout here on the squirrel. And guess what I did? I did a meme video using Mayo with shout here, and guess what? The views was on there. It was just terrible. It was terrible. I ain't gonna lie. The views on there was terrible. But again, if there's a high demand for people wanting to see that, I'll try to provide it. Even if I know that in terms of the content that you might be requesting, I probably don't do as good for it in terms of YouTube, in terms of the algorithm. And this is because my channel is mostly focused on PvP and memeing on PvP. That's what I really built my channel on, is just coming up with fun little teams on PvP. So I've never been like the PvE guides person or anything like that. I'm always, yo, if you want to see somebody use a wild team together, Marilli is your guy. That's usually my content at the end of the day. If you want to see somebody just trolling whales in PvP and having them suffer against these crazy comps, click on Marilli's channel. Click a video. I'm doing all that in between, okay? But yeah, this is probably the end of this for Nidhogg. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I've just been absolutely destroying Nidhogg on GALAND. As you can see, GALAND did all the hard work for Nidhogg. He was like super broken. Like, I can't believe they made an LR this good for free. Golly, GALAND, so goddamn good. But again, hopefully y'all enjoyed me using Nidhogg, GALAND on Nidhogg. Let's see about the squirrel. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna do a video with GALAND on the squirrel, but I just suffered so much. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I was just suffering so much trying to play this man on the first floor. Playing him on the first floor, I was just suffering so much. Even using Fatoria, which again, she is going to be a separate race character just for Valenti's passive, and he's just terrible, bro. Like buff characters or amplified characters on the squirrel just sucks. But if you guys can get this video to, I don't know what's crazy, 400 likes, I will try my best to continue on pushing forward with LR GALAND through the squirrel. But I'm letting you guys know right now, this man is terrible and he sucks on the squirrel. And that's because, again, he provides buffs on himself for his damage, which on the squirrel remove buffs very easily. And the boss can also petrify, which also then removes his buffs. So again, GALAND is not a great character for the squirrel, especially if you use the MK2 Valenti, where you have to use different race characters, right? So you can't use DK Meliodas and then have LR GALAND right here too, because then you won't get that HP part of Valenti's passive, and then you're gonna get nuked. So that's why you see I'm using Fatoria, because she's unknown. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry I couldn't like showcase a squirrel with LR GALAND, but I mean, I gotta call a spade, man. He sucks.